Hopefully it connects. We're getting sonar. Um, People expect me to do a whole lot of stuff without the resources to do any of it. Having to depend on alcoholics and drug addicts because the police won't do their jobs. That that fucking sucks. The fact that so many people were involved in this and nobody would take a fucking look. None of them. Now then there's the trash talking little bitches. See, a lot of these trash talking little bitches and I have mutual friends in common. And because they're there and I'm not, I don't get to defend myself and I get to hit the fuck yous. I heard what you did. I heard what you did. Bitch, I recorded evidence that that didn't happen. And it didn't happen the way they said it happened. By their own words. Now, when they want to change their mind because they're pissed off, well, fuck you. That don't make you a good person. That definitely don't make you a good Christian. So don't tell me about your Jesus. Don't. I don't want to hear about your Jesus. I see how you act. I see how you treat people. You're a fucking selfish piece of shit. You don't believe in Jesus. But then again, it's not just Christians who are selfish. People in general are selfish. Me, I don't consider myself selfish because I'm not. Now, I do have the whole need for self preservation, just like most other human beings. But my life is hell. People who did the most fucked up shit to me are all Christians. All of them. Or at least they claim to be. If they were real Christians, I keep hearing, oh, those aren't real Christians. Those aren't real Christians. Well, if they were real Christians, they wouldn't be like that now, would they? They would have told the truth to begin with. Now, whether they were lying to me or lying to others doesn't make any fucking difference. The fact that they lied. I wasted my time, wasted my resources, and, well, it's because of these people that I want my head to get blown off every fucking day. It wasn't the bullies. See, something could have been done about the bullies, just not by myself, I couldn't. With the slander against me and the fact that I was never allowed to defend myself, never allowed to show the truth, never allowed to show the police, never allowed to show my public pretenders, who are all fucking bullshitters, by the way. You guys might have noticed the sheer quantity of CPS cases in Colorado, especially Boulder County. Stuff on the news. The facilities that I was in, on the news, for killing people. The police department that I had to deal with, and specific officers that I had to deal with, on the news, for killing people, for assaulting people. What's the difference between those people and me? Well, those people didn't have their names slandered as fuck all over the place first. See, nobody was calling these people stalkers or murderers or rapists or any of that shit on national news. Nobody dedicated web shows to these other victims. And nobody was fanning hatred towards them in the way that mine was. Then there's the people who are far removed from the situation, far removed from all of it, who have no fucking clue. Like Shannon Alvarado, she lives in Sherman Oaks, for fuck's sake. I mean, this is one of the most richy rich neighborhoods in California. Now, that doesn't make her a bad person, but at the same time, I didn't make her an alcoholic. Shannon Alvarado doesn't believe in Jesus. She points to her daughter who's autistic and can't speak. She says, "What kind of a God would do that?" It's a good fucking question. A lot of so-called Christians, they manipulate and twist words to try to make their beliefs sound more reasonable. Like, oh, God is not being lazy. God did that so that you could learn something from it. Learn what? That people are shitty? I already knew that. I knew that as a fucking kid. I'd like to think that this lady is going to call back, but it's looking like she has been offline for about 19 minutes. Now, she's a Christian. She believes in the Jesus and all that. That's fine. Matter of fact, I'd like her perspective on it. There's also a lot of these other supposed Christians who I'd like to talk to. The ones who are threatening my life. I'd like to understand why it is they believe Jesus told them to do that. What part of the Bible it is that tells them that it's okay to do that. The hell is this?
I can't argue with you. No.
You damn right. Uh-huh.
it's you. You ain't nobody.
I'm Sean David Schwartz. Yes, I am. That was cute. I'm glad you happy. I'm glad you happy. But I tell you what, I'll argue with anybody. I don't give a fuck. See, I'm glad there's people out there who are happy. I'm glad there are people who aren't going through this. I'm glad there are people who got family who cares about them. Brenda Dickinson, you know, that's somebody I used to have a lot of respect for. But between finding out what's going on and treating me like shit, she chose to treat me like shit. And then I get the whole stop blaming me, you're blaming me, you're blaming me. No, I'm not blaming you for all of my problems. I'm blaming you for not fucking keeping your word. For being a piece of shit to me when I told you how that affected me. How that affected the hell that I had to go through. A hell that could have been stopped by any one of these people coming forward. By any one of these people telling the truth. Instead of me having to record it. Now, this Karen lady, she wants to be a voice for the voiceless. I'm hoping that works out. I really am. Right now, she's living on somebody else's couch. Her life went to hell, and she's really trying heavy to fall back on God, fall back on God. Well, all right. I'd like to hear more about that, but I'd also like to hear you praise whoever it is whose couch you're staying on. The guy whose couch I'm staying on, I'm glad for him. I am glad that I have him in my life. I was glad to have a roof over my head at Shannon's too, although most nights I wanted to sleep outside because of all the screaming. That's the thing. People are fine with turning a blind eye until it happens to them. Prime example, Russell Huggins. Russell Huggins told me just to let it go, just to let it go. And then the Boulder police pulled some nasty shit on him. And you know what? He had something to fall back on. He got to go to a different house, still have a roof over his head, still be fine and fucking dandy. But he's still pissed off every day. Every day he makes posts. Every single day. Democrats this, Boulder that, so on and so forth. I gotta tell you, for a guy who owns his house, owns 3 motorcycles, owns a Corvette, yeah, he's got quite a bit to work with. I like Russell, by the way. He's another Christian. Well, the wind's picking up a bit. I don't know if the mic will pick up the whistling, but at least it's steady right now. It's when it's picking up and letting down and picking up and letting down that it shakes the whole damn house. I guess I'll have to try to call Karen at a later date. Oh, and by the way, fuck this goddamn country.